Hey everybody, it's Anna Gale, and I'm back with Tanya, and we're doing, I think this will be the December box. Rest in the stillness of winter, love on your soul. Okay, so she's going to open the box and go through her stuff, and we're going to get started painting.
Again, I just love how this is packaged. I just think it's neat how it's in
Thank you very
tissue
much.
paper. I love it. I'm excited about this. Did I send you that picture of the birds that I've already painted?
Yes.
That's in my house.
And you painted that. Great.
I did.
That's wonderful.
Yes. Birds, birds.
Okay. And remind me to let you take your stuff with you when you leave. Did you finish the last painting?
I did.
Oh.
I did.
You didn't show me a picture?
Send you a picture. I'll send
So
you a
I was like
picture.
afraid, like, oh, she hadn't finished it. I'm not gonna like pressure her.
No, I finished it.
Okay, so in the boxes you'll have this canvas that has the paint outline of what we're gonna paint, and then you can choose. You can pick and choose what you want to do. It does have a little bit of a background on it already, but I'm gonna paint the background.
Yes.
You can choose to paint over the letters completely. You can choose to paint over some of the words, right? Like, because I could see it saying like, just rest and love, or rest and rest your soul, or any of those, any combination of those. Now, I want to say that, like, I'm going to paint the background. I'm going to do 2 coats. I always do. I can't kind of get away from that. But I don't think I'm going to do the berry in this bird's mouth because I don't think that that's going to translate. I'm unsure as to if I'm going to do even the bird feet. I might do this twig here on this bird. I think this is going to be a good one.
You mean like as a finished product? You're not necessarily going to put the berry back in the bird's mouth?
Unless I end up doing it colorful, then maybe, because I could do it red, and then it would make sense and it would be obvious what it is.
Yes, I get what
Otherwise,
you're saying.
it might
Yes.
look like a mouth tumor.
Yes.
Okay, so in case people aren't really familiar, in the box you get this faint outline. You get a palette, but it won't be dirty.
It'll look like this.
Yeah.
It'll be clean.
You get 2 paint brushes, but they're not going to be used. And you get 12 paint colors.
Amazing paint colors.
Right. I love that I didn't skimp on this.
Correct. I love the quality of the paint. Because even after I went back and finished the previous one that we did, even going back over it, the paints, they flow over the already dried paint. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like they're nice quality. I like them. I'm impressed.
Good. Lamp black.
Lamp black.
Raw umber. Put white on the other end. Burnt sienna. And then crimson red, vermilion red, yellow ochre, lemon yellow. Do you drink those soda waters in the can?
LaCroix?
Yes.
No.
They have a lemon. Do you like them?
No.
You don't like?
They taste like
Carbonated?
Alka-Seltzer.
Well, there's a limoncello Alka-Seltzer one that's delicious. Red, orange, yellow, green. Oh, which one's that? Viridian.
Viridian.
And then Hooker's green. Ultramarine
Oh,
blue.
you were serious.
And cobalt blue. I didn't make that joke last time.
No.
Yeah,
You
like
didn't.
your favorite color. Here's Hooker's green.
I would have thought it would have been like Hooker red.
Right? So Hooker, there's probably like and I should know and I don't, there's probably like a good reason why.
Maybe it's someone's last name.
I don't know, like yellow ochre. I don't know the background behind that, but
Right.
Yellow ochre is like a staple color.
Yes.
And I bet Hooker's green is too, and I just don't know what it is, but I love it. But it's hooker's great.
Well, my grandmother always told me that if I painted my toenails red, that it meant that I was a whore. So that's why I thought that the hookers, it should be hookers red.
So, fun fact, I found out a weird piece of, I'm going to get started painting. I found out a weird piece of trivia today.
Yes.
I'll tell you when the children leave. Hi. Yes, I'm filming. Why? Like, people are going to have to know that I'm living my life and that there are children here. What's up?
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
You're fine.
I'm gonna edit this out.
No, I'm not going to edit it out. I'm just rolling. But I don't want you eavesdropping, okay? Okay. What?
I have a piece of candy.
Yes, you can have a piece of candy. Take one to Genevieve, too. This is so satisfying.
Right.
That's why
Next
I
time
let
we
it.
must lock the dungeon doors better.
I mean, and if I waited for just when I didn't have my kids
There
or
wouldn't
their
be any
friends,
videos.
yeah, there would be no videos. I mean, you got to make time for yourself.
Yes.
The way that it works in your life. You know what I mean? Did you see my finished Magic Happens?
No. Love it.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
That's the one we did, right?
Yours it is what we did, and yours looks way better than mine does. I'm liking it.
I feel like, because I looked at some of the video today
Yeah.
that we did, and yours looked great. It's so satisfying. What color background are you going to do? Well, so
I have
you're going to
no
match your
idea.
other one.
Oh,
Right?
probably not. Nope.
Oh, are they going to complement each other?
Nah.
Okay. So you're not
Each
going to
is
tell me.
its own individual soul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm kind of feeling light blue right
For
now.
a background?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Not yellow. I don't want to do white.
No.
Gray would work great. Like a blue-gray would work great. I think I'm just gonna put some stuff down. I'm gonna start with these 4 colors
Okay.
and see what happens.
I think, do we start with the background first? Should we start with the branches?
Oh,
Because I'm trying to think of what I did last time.
what we did last time is that we did the background, but we started with the hardest background.
Yes.
And we should have started with the easiest background.
Yes.
And then we worked.
I think I'm going to start with the branches
Sure.
and get my details and then work around it. Maybe.
Yeah, and then if
Yeah.
you end up having to do your branches 3 times, that's not a big deal.
That's not a big deal.
Because your branches are pretty small, right?
Right.
And so it won't really take that long. And even if it does, it's not about who can finish first, right? It's
Right.
about taking the time to enjoy yourself. Now, I will say, if you're new to painting, if it's not smoothing very well, then you need to just add a little water to get the flow going just right. Right? I feel like you need to scoot just a little closer to me. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. And I got you a water.
I bathed this morning.
Not
so
a
we're
drinking
good.
water.
I understand.
Man, I bathed too, but I started having some body odor earlier. I think I started sweating when I lost that video. There's like a stress BO, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
That smells different.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Are you giving off a different pheromone?
Yeah,
Like,
man.
what have I done?
I'm almost scared to get a nose job because I heard one time that your pheromones are stored in your nose, and then when you get a nose job, it takes away all your pheromones. But that's not true. Then people would end up somehow piecing those things together
Right.
because they would.
I've never heard that your pheromones are stored in your nose. That's interesting.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I can see your pheromone receptors
Yes.
being stored in your nose. But if everyone lost their sex appeal after they had a nose job, then people would stop having nose jobs,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't.
Oh, this is going to be dangerous because this blue looks a lot like my branches and stuff. So I've got to change my mind here on what I'm
Soon.
doing.
Or just risk it. So I didn't have a nose job, but I did have sinus surgery.
Yeah?
It didn't change the shape of my nose, but it changed the shape on the inside of my nose
So that you could breathe and stuff?
so that I could breathe. That's an important thing.
Yeah, that will be part of, what I'm getting done because I can't breathe out of my nose.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being a mouth breather.
I am. Yeah, the deviated septum and the turbinates underneath and all that stuff. They redid all of that stuff.
Yeah?
And, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I'm still sexy.
See?
See? Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, yeah, so yours aren't damaged. I'm still too close to that color. Alright, I gotta paint my birds and my branches. Now, are you gonna do black on birds and branches?
No.
What are you gonna do?
I am going to do, I'm trying to make this like a gray, because I mixed the black and white, but I think I got it too dark. What I'm gonna do is, this bird down here is gonna be red,
Okay.
and these up here are probably gonna be black.
What?
These are gonna be black, and this one's gonna be red. And the word rest and soul are gonna be red to match the red bird.
Nice.
That's my goal. Did I touch you with my paint?
No, I think I did it to myself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, why don't I have a plan? When in doubt, do purple.
Yes.
Baby, don't crawl under the purple card. You can't fit. So I have a question for you.
Okay.
You're going back to school.
Yes, I am.
But why are you not just gonna start using your fun interior design degree?
Because
You
that
like
was
it?
30 years ago, and I'm over that.
Oh, you don't have an interest in doing that?
Not really.
Okay.
Because
Fair enough.
I'm 46 years old, and at this point, I would have to, associate with people. I don't really like people. I mean, I like people. They're okay.
Are you familiar with Brene Brown?
I've heard that.
Okay. She, she's like a well-known shame researcher. And she's got these really great, like, Netflix, and she's got a podcast and stuff.
Mhm.
But she's a social worker,
Okay.
and she didn't like dealing with people, really. And then she realized there's, like, this whole research part of social work where she gets to, like, look at data all the time. And she was like, yes, that's my speed.
That's her.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So there's
Yeah,
probably
if I
something.
could if I could, like, the model homes in subdivisions that they build, or, okay, have you ever been to, like, the lots that sell, like, the double wide modular homes or mobile homes or whatever?
Right.
Okay, so you go in those and they're, like, full of furniture, and this is how it would look and all that stuff. That's
Right.
what I need.
Yes.
I never have to, it's not real people's houses yet. It's,
Right.
that's what I need.
So there's a girl at one of the local paint stores,
Mm-hmm.
and that's her primary job is model homes,
Yeah.
and then helping people that have the builder that she works for.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time I've done one of these videos, and I started off with a purple, and I didn't make brown. I made purple because I finally remembered which two reds and blues to mix together.
Oh, nice.
I know. I'm pretty pathetic. So she works, she is working with people, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
to figure out And I mean, that's pretty easy. You're like, you want, which one of these 3 bathroom tiles do you want? Okay.
Right.
Which one of these 3 grays do you want?
Mhm.
Okay, right? But then one day a week, she works at this paint store. And so, like, and I know she works on Tuesdays. And so I can go and I'm like, I want a gray, but all the grays don't look right. I have honey oak floors. What's going on? She's like, oh, okay. Most people these days are doing a blue gray.
Yeah.
And they've got those dark brown floors, and you have to do a brown gray. And I was like, oh, thank you.
There you go.
Yes. Thank you for putting that together for me. And now that's very clear, and I can see that very easily. You know? And that would be fun to me,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like, I don't know how much it would pay. I have a friend, I was telling her, I was like, what you need to do for a living is, okay, painting companies don't realize that they need a paint color consultant, but most paint companies need a paint color consultant. And basically all you would do is you would go into a homeowner's house and they're like paralyzed by the decision of what color to paint their room.
Yes.
And then you tell them which one of these 3 colors. And you can probably take those same 3 colors to every single person's house, and they're just gonna like trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have the confidence
Right.
that they're gonna pick the right color.
Yes. Do you really like your bedspread in your bedroom? That's my thing. Do you really like your bedspread? No. Do you really like this throw pillow? Yes. Okay, what do you like about this throw pillow? The colors just match. Okay, well then let's go. Let's make a house out of that. Yeah. Let's go for that.
My interior decorator aunt gave me wonderful advice one time.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, for a house, just pick a masterpiece, work of art,
Yes.
not someone you don't know, but like a masterpiece, and just pick colors from that because they're all going to go together.
They are.
That's beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
kind of freeing advice, you know. Now I love my bedspread, and it's super colorful.
Yeah.
Sometimes people come into my bedroom and they're like, is this a kid's room?
I love my I have a quilt that I need to take off and put my comfort, my winter back on there, but my quilt has lots of like raspberry reds and purples, browns and oranges, like a not fall colors, but
Rich.
yes,
Yeah.
very rich
Jewel
jewel
tones.
tones.
You're right,
Yes,
jewel tones is
I
what's
love that.
Well, and what does your winter one look like?
It is solid, like a dusty pinkish pink, not rose, but like a not pink, more of a grayish, dirty pink kind of looking color. But it's a solid color, but it has these really fun tassel balls around the bottom, all the way around the edges of it. Fun stuff.
Oh, that sounds fun. You didn't have me until you said that part. I think you do still like interior design.
Probably.
I had this engineer woman, did I tell you the story already? Come over for a makeover one day, and she was paralyzed by the thought of fashion design and interior design, so she just got 2 extra degrees. And like her mind is such that she's not the creative type.
Right.
And so her approach to everything was just very different,
Yeah.
you know,
Huh.
as far as her assignments and stuff go, you know. I'm digging it already. I love the branches. You know,
I'm really liking that purple.
should I color in this little void right here?
No, I like it. Gives it depth.
Awesome. Remind me to show you the video I deleted. The painting that I worked on
Yeah.
with Carly just a couple days ago. It's the thankful, grateful, blessed one.
Yes.
Yeah. And she chose to take, and you know, those are like words that go across the whole, and she took all the words out and just did the leaves, and it looks great.
Wow.
Yeah. She was like, "Am I allowed to?" I was like, "Absolutely." Yeah. Give people like
Options.
you know, options. Yeah. You don't have to do what I do. Now, I guess you could like get to know the personality of these branches and add some more branches if you wanted to.
Sure.
You know? Babes, stop touching the pole, okay? I love those tree trunks, is it birch? The ones that like the tree trunk kind of falls
Peels
off.
off?
Yeah, it looks
Yes.
like paper.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I think it's going to be important to get the detail just right on the birds. I mean, all right, as long as there's a body and there's a beak and there's feathers, it's going to look like a bird.
Like a bird. Right.
Like, it's okay if people cover over like that little void,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and like take out the stuff in their mouth if they want to. Oh, dang, I messed up.
No such thing.
It's kind of feels weird to not really have a plan of attack already
Yeah.
and just start painting. I did some lettering on one recently, kind of small like this, and it was difficult for the girl to paint.
Yeah.
Kind of. I do think that like it's like the quickest way to regain brush control if you're out of practice,
Mm-hmm.
because it's difficult, you know. Why does the school call me at 7 o'clock on Friday? Like, I've clocked out for the week.
What are they calling for?
I want them to call me like at the latest, like, because they're like, "Good evening, Huntsville City School students."
Mm.
You know, and they tell me the same thing that they send me an email and a text message about.
Right.
You know, it's my fault, because they're like, "Can we contact you all these ways?" And I was like, "Yeah, you can." I didn't know that that meant they were going to do all of those methods each time.
Right.
I mean, I'm serious. Like, I don't want to think about school right now.
No.
Sunday night? Okay. During the week, sure. But don't wrap up the school week. I'm tired of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to
Yeah.
think about
Start the school week. Don't wrap it up.
it. Yeah.
How are they doing with all the COVID stuff?
You
Are
know,
they all in?
my children in particular,
Sure.
yeah. They are starting back.
There's no one's at the car.
I didn't leave my car door open. Paul probably left my car door open, but it's fine.
We heard something open, like a door open.
Okay. When?
Like 5 minutes ago.
When you were
When we were outside. Yeah.
when you were outside?
Yes.
Well, that might have been like a neighbor.
Okay.
Right.
I checked in the car, there's no one in there. We thought it was just one of the cars opening, but no. I was the only one that checked. Because, this guy was brave enough. Hey, that is not true. I was brave enough, I just didn't want to. What?
Babes, baby girl, honey, this is my play date. You're not invited. Go hang out and watch something else. You can paint with your friends later for your box. This is grown-up time right now. Don't be mad at me. Did I hurt your feelings? Look at that look on her face. I love you, sweetheart. I love you, get away from her.
I love you more from a distance. That sort of thing.
Are you doing all the letters?
Yes.
It's not too bad. I enjoy doing them upside down because it takes me away from, what's it look like?
What brush stroke you think you should be doing next? That would be my problem. Like, I think, you know, I'm getting in a hurry and not paying attention sort of thing.
I'm such like a 5-year-old. Every time I have a lowercase I want to put a heart as the as the dot on the top.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can see that.
So what are you gonna do? I don't remember. New career?
Oh, I don't know.
You're just going back.
I'm just going back, yeah, 'cause, you know, maybe
Not nursing.
No, no ma'am. This is, I'm getting a business finance degree. Hopefully. That's what I'm going for anyway. Not necessarily accounting, because I told you about that fiasco, because I did like the first accounting course, and I'm like, yeah, no.
Oh.
This is too much math. I'm not an accountant. But just more of a,
I have a friend that
Business
she's an
degree.
accountant, and it's because she learned that that was the best way to get a job with like the CIA or the FBI. I can't
Yes.
remember which one. And now but she didn't like numbers and accounting, but she wanted to work for that government agency.
Right.
But she ended up not working for them, and she is an accountant.
that's funny.
Yeah.
So there's a job listing in Huntsville for the FBI,
Yeah.
and it's for like, what's the word I'm looking for? You search the money trail, basically. It's in
Forensic
fine-
accounting.
There you go.
I
Thank
love
you.
forensic accounting.
So I'm like,
Yes.
oh, I need this in my life. Do you know that the hiring cuts off at 35 years old?
For the FBI in general?
Yes. Yes, 37. It's between 24 and 37. And I'm
Because they
like,
want lifers.
what the what? Right? Well, they can have the rest of my life. I mean, I'm starting late, but still. That
hate
was
that.
so fun, though.
Now, you like, why is the government allowed to discriminate age-wise?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know.
Ugh. Have I told you about the land trust up here?
Well, remember we had a little bit of that conversation because I asked about the cross.
Okay, yeah. So there's this land trust up here, and like they bought up parcels of land, you know, and as the land trust, they were like, this land will never be developed.
Yes.
This will always be like a preserve, and now they have designed a $4 million building to put on the land trust, and like they knew exactly where they wanted to put it.
Mhm.
And across the street there was a parcel of land zoned correctly, sloped correctly, and they should have bought that. And because like now I'm gonna have to be one of those people that fights against this, because if you set that precedent and you let them build on the land,
Mhm.
they're just gonna keep doing
Keep
it.
on. Yep.
And I looked, and their board is flush with lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
Flush. So if you're new to painting and you're hanging out and painting with us, I'd like to remind you that, I don't even have the Microphone plugged in. I mean, it's recording it. It's just going to be the camera audio instead of the other audio. Goodness.
That's okay.
That's the, speaking of not having my mind because I'm on my period, that's the trivia that I was going to tell you, and I was like, that's too hard of a start. I recently figured out, have you ever wondered, like, what do prostitutes do when they're on their period?
Well, no, but now that you mention it,
What do they do?
Annagil, do you know what prostitutes do? I've always wanted to know.
I do.
Please tell
They
me.
take either like a ball of cotton or like a makeup sponge.
And stop it up?
And apparently people are none the wiser.
I have so many questions.
Ask away.
I mean, I get the anatomy part of it, but
I'd be concerned that it would actually kind of get into my cervix.
yes. Yeah, I mean,
And like, I don't think it's sanitary. I'm not recommending it by
No.
any means.
please don't.
I'm on this salty Facebook group, and it's called something like "Inappropriate Moms Bitching About Everything" or something like that.
I'm on one called Savage Women, so I'm
Oh,
I'm
nice,
right there with
nice.
you.
But that it started there because some girl was like,
Oh.
you know, my friends with benefits is coming into town, and what do I do? And there were several people like, "This is what you do," and everybody else was like, "Oh, I've never thought of that."
Wow.
Right?
I would be more like, well, you just switch up your weeks of your birth control pills, honey.
Right?
I mean, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay then. There's that.
You know, I bet a lot of prostitutes are on birth control, and they take the birth control that keeps them from having a period. Wouldn't you think?
I would think so.
I texted my nurse friend, and I was like, "So guess what?" She was like, "I've always wondered." What do prostitutes do?
What do prostitutes do? You know I'm gonna go to work Monday and tell everybody this, right?
Oh, good.
And then we're all gonna know.
That's fine. I mean, you know, except for I don't want anybody to get hurt.
No, I mean, I'm thinking it's not healthy.
Right?
But that's where I was going with that. I mean, I understand the anatomy and it's not gonna, obviously
It's
your
not going to get
cervix
lost or anything.
yeah, it's not gonna like go away and be lost forever, but I mean,
but still,
you can still jam something up in, I mean,
absolutely.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, one of my friends came over here to paint the other day, and she was like, "How do you get the lettering to look good?" And I was like, "Practice. You know, it's brush control. You know, taking your time. You know, right? Would you agree?"
Yes. Because even though it's been a couple of weeks since the last painting,
You're better.
I'm better, but I've also, like, I had to give myself a pep talk.
Like on the way here, you can do it.
Yes. You're gonna take your time.
Mhm.
And see, like last time I picked up this brush first and just went crazy.
Uh huh.
Yeah. No, this brush is your friend.
The very first, yeah, it is. The very first painting I did with my friends for this business, like they were hurried.
Right?
You know, they fit it in, and we shouldn't have fit it in. But it was kind of a girls' trip and stuff, and there was a lot going on. But then, like, my friend went to work, and I finished my painting.
Mm-hmm.
And when she got home and she looked at mine, she was like, huh.
Hmm.
You know, because that's the thing. You're going to spend just a few hours on something that you can admire for years.
Right.
Or you can gift it. You know, you've put a
Mhm.
lot of, there's, you know, there's feeling in these paintings. You've put love and care into this when you give it to someone, you know? It's
And the other thing is you get such high quality paints, and there's a lot in these little tubes that if you paint it and you stare at it for a week and you're like, that one bird is just bothering me, grab your paints and redo them. It's
Right.
not, you know, it's not a permanent
true.
thing. It can be.
Like I've got a few too many squigglies on that Magic Happens one that
Right.
kind of drives me nuts.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also, like if I end up putting it somewhere else and I can see this better, then I'm going to have to fix that,
Sure.
you know? So, you know, these fat birds are just kind of like covering up the branches is what I'm going to tell myself. And there's no place where the branch, my purple branch, is going to be seen underneath my black birds.
Right.
That's what I'm going to tell myself. This poor bird needs a nose job. Bless it.
But you know, if you put the berry back in his mouth, then you would cover him up.
Yeah. I don't know what his future has in store for him.
Whether he keeps his pheromones or not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I keep going over and over and over, and this poor bird keeps getting fatter and fatter and fatter.
Well, you can stop because you're going to do the background and you can
That's
kind of
true.
trim him up a little
Yeah.
bit. So yeah, the other day I had 3 friends come over and we all painted different things at the same time.
Oh, I bet that was fun.
It was. So they were kind of like doing some R&D for me, like testing out some new canvases and stuff.
Yeah.
And every one of them, I was like, now listen, what happens is people are like, I think I'm just going to paint over the words. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and then they were like, haha. And then they would be like, I think I'm going to paint over the words. I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
The trick is to paint them upside down.
Right? Because then, like, you're just thinking about the lines.
Right, and not a preconceived, this is, yes.
What he's supposed to look like.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So when I found those files that I thought I deleted or that I didn't delete,
Yes.
it was like, do you also want me to search shadow copy? And I was like, that, yeah. Why are you even asking me that?
Sure.
It could have been like, did you know there's something called a shadow copy? And this is probably where it is. So you can do that with like deleted text messages and emails.
Oh my.
I'm coming to get you, Hillary. I'm just kidding. I love that meme that's like, dance like no one's watching. Email like it's going to be read in court one day. It's true though, right?
Yes.
I wish we were only pockets so I can put your pocket
I wish we were Polly Pockets so we could turn pocket size.
That's an interesting thought.
That's what she said.
Right.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if you thought that was me saying that. You sure did bump up your chin a good bit, Beebs.
Mhm.
Oh, you're right. These beaks are big because they're open. Because of the stick and the berry.
Yes.
So you totally could, honestly, like if you're kind of just wanting to get something out there. I mean, it doesn't look terrible to just not do the background at all because it kind of has like a peachy
It does.
kind of background.
It does.
It's not perfect. There's like some fadey looking spots in it, but that's just not a big deal, you know.
But you know, even if
But
you
look at it.
took, yeah, I like it. Even if you took a very, like a white and very, very light blue and just did some dry brush swirls to kind of make it look like like a cloudy, you know,
Right.
snow cloudy-ish day.
I need some more white paint. I hope I remember at some point soon to buy some.
Oh my, that's a lot of white paint.
Well, that's the one paint color that you'll use first, you know? So, yeah, to reiterate something that you lightly touched on, it's pretty difficult to get that gray as light as you want it because that black really is overpowering.
It is. Almost, I think, even if you had like a toothbrush and just a toothpick, and stuck in the
Yeah.
black and
My
then,
ex-husband's toothbrush.
or that too.
And just use that. Clean the toilet and then
toilet. And then mix your paint. Scrub the wheels.
I wouldn't dare let him be a part of any piece of artwork that brings me joy.
Oh, no.
So I heard one time that when you hate someone,
Yes.
that's not the opposite of love.
No?
Or no, it's not the opposite of love because the opposite of love is actually apathy.
Okay.
Like, I don't care about that person.
I can see that.
Yeah?
Well, that's true, because if you're still hating them, you're still giving them part of your emotions.
Right?
There you go. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, cause like, it's like I'm not confused about how I feel about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're pretty confident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm adding like water from my paint cup into this like gray mixture, and I put just a tiny bit of blue, cause you know if you just mix like the black and white, it actually has a touch of a green hue to it. You may not realize that. Not you, but people in general. I gotta add more white still though. You know anybody that has Alabama football tickets this
No.
year?
Mm-mm. Well, that
I'm not
wants to
looking
get
for
rid
any.
of them.
No,
Oh,
I'm just in awe of
right.
how everyone has handled this virus. Like Costco, for instance.
Yeah. What's Costco done?
To me personally,
Sure.
they don't count my Instacart orders towards my like amount that I pay. So my check this year, instead of being $120 and covering my $120 membership,
Right.
it was $25. And it like they're just taking advantage of me using Instacart.
Right.
I couldn't have bought anything from them if I didn't have a Costco membership.
True.
I'm not coming into their store.
Regardless of how you get their merchandise.
Right. I think that they're like overestimating their you know, the loyalty of their,
And what's the
Customers.
point? What's the point? Like they're punishing you because you're not coming in the store? They
Right.
still got paid for their merchandise.
right. Well, but like,
I don't understand.
if I no longer have a reason to store a year's worth of Q-tips at my house, then I'm just gonna start ordering everything that I get at Costco from another store.
Yes, I can see that.
Right. I mean, and I've heard of other companies. I have a friend that is a purchaser
Mhm.
at a manufacturing company,
Yeah.
and she knows that they are doing gangbusters because people are buying what this company is selling because they're at home and they're bored and they're
Yes.
going out and exploring the wilderness and stuff, right?
Yes.
But the company is using this excuse to be like, there's no more raises this year. There's no bonuses for
Yes.
Christmas.
Yes.
And I mean, they can do it because, you know,
Mm-hmm.
no one's gonna find a job somewhere else right now.
Nope.
But I think that people should be compiling like a shit list of
Mhm.
all the companies that are taking advantage of their
Yes.
workers and their customers.
Customers. Yep.
Did you hear about that bank that a bunch of people got fired over their
COVID.
PPP?
Oh yes, yes, yes. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they jacked it. They took it. Yep. Yeah.
Well, and that's really what the PPP was kind of like a weird stimulus for the banks anyway. But then again, I mean, I know that right now a lot of the banks are kind of heavy on debt with no interest,
Right.
you know? So,
But you know what? The banks themselves didn't get. Like, my bank took applications for the PPP from people that didn't even bank with us.
right?
Because, but any PPP loan that we booked, there was like a small, extremely small percentage that we profited. But I mean, any bank, that's how banks stay. We're not nonprofit organizations, you know.
Right.
But yeah, but no, those employees, didn't they get I forgot to paint that branch in that bird's mouth. Did they get the PPP loans for themselves? Is that what they did to get fired?
I didn't even read it. I was just like, haha.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they filed fraudulently for themselves.
Oh my gosh. Well, and that bank keeps getting in trouble.
Yes. Isn't it Wells Fargo?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that. Yes, they're always in trouble. So I decided against blackbirds.
Okay.
I started with this one blue
Stay.
on this bottom bird and then added I did varying shades.
I'm so jealous. I'm gonna copy you.
Okay.
Look, y'all. How cute. She did a green one, like a cuter than olive green, and then like an indigo blue and a royal blue. So now,
Yeah, he's still gonna be red.
awesome. Awesome.
Maybe. Or maybe I want the red berry. And what color do you want green now? I don't know.
Phoebe, I need my phone, babe. I'm sorry. You don't have to have my phone.
I need it.
Why?
Just 1 second.
What for? No, not tonight, honey. You don't have to do that right now. What kind of video are you gonna do? Alright, don't turn my timer off, and if it goes off and you still have my phone, you need to tell me about it. And you wait, you can't let my phone die. When it says like that it's low, you're gonna have to stop whatever you're doing and plug it in. I'm serious.
Okay, I'm plugging it in right now. Okay. We'll just run it in your room.
Kids can't live with them. Period.
Period. Yeah.
I'm sorry if I keep repeating myself. Last time did I talk about my new soapbox called Normalize Dating Around Your Children?
No, we actually touched on that subject a little bit because of the creeper guy that lives across the street. We kind of touched on that, you know, a little bit, and then I think you were someone.
I gave him a hug the other day, and now he's texting me every night, like, you want to come hang out?
No,
I don't. And I've thought more and more about that because that was the first time that I articulated that, like, that it wasn't two consenting adults. And it makes me more and more mad that he was, like, trying to convince me to.
Yes. But there was, I believe there was a gentleman coming over the last night that
Oh,
we
yeah.
painted.
I broke up with him. But,
Well, okay then.
but,
He was beneath you and you didn't need him.
yeah.
Never.
Well, you know, it's either right or it's not.
Correct.
And I'm no longer going to try to fit it,
Amen.
you know. Plus, I'm having a little touche of plastic surgery soon, and I feel like, now I'm not saying anything bad about this,
Okay.
but I feel like dating before I have plastic surgery feels like dating while you're pregnant. Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
I get what you're saying.
But
though.
like you're gonna kind of be different. Things are gonna change. Like,
Yes.
you know,
Right. And I'm not saying.
it's this expectant. That's what it is.
Right.
I'm expectant.
Or it's like, and I'm not saying that you're broken, but it's like buying a car and then having it fixed.
Right. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So if you're going to get fixed,
Yeah.
let's don't tell whoever comes along that you're previously broken.
Right. Yeah. I've been running great. 100,000 miles now. Doing fine. So I had this new soapbox,
Yes.
and I want to kind of make a big deal about it, honestly.
Okay. I'm here to listen.
In general.
Okay.
And it goes like this. Let's normalize dating in front of our kids. Because what do we hear, right? Can't have overnight guests. No one of the opposite sex can spend the night at your house. Okay. Well, that doesn't mean that you can't bring people around, you know?
Correct.
And what people end up doing, kind of for fear that their ex is going to flip out or whatever, is that they don't introduce their kids to the person they're dating until they know that it's serious. And so now what you're seeing is this generation's, oh, my parents didn't talk about money, so I don't know how to budget.
Yes.
I don't know anything about finances because my parents didn't talk about it. This generation's version of that is, I don't know how to date because my parents didn't model it in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can choose, you can think that it's right and change your mind. Like, kids need to see
You know, I think
the dating
previous
instead of,
generation's big thing, or maybe it was the previous generation's big thing was you stayed married, but if you didn't stay married, then you were a mom or a dad until your child was grown.
yes,
And then your life becomes your own again, therefore then you can go date. So while your children are still children of children age, that you don't date, you don't bring another person because they already have a dad, they already have a mom. But I just think that we're past, in my opinion, just my opinion, I think we're past that a little bit because, and this is my opinion on whoever you choose to love, whether they have an innie or an outie and the same as you or whatever,
right.
I just think that the world in general sucks. The world in general is a hateful place. And then if you can find one person, Polly's big, so maybe you're going to find 2 or 3 people, whatever. If you find a person and or persons that you're happy with and you want to go home and take off your makeup and fart in front of, then you should be with that person, regardless of what anybody else thinks. And I think that children need to see that being happy
Yeah.
is okay.
And not just okay, it's a priority.
It's a priority. But it's okay to be happy living with someone and not being married.
So, on dating sites, a lot of times guys will be like, I had sole custody of my kids, so I didn't date,
Yes.
and I just raised them, and now they're out of the house, and so but I'm like, there's stuff you didn't deal with, and you
Sure.
didn't you didn't work on you just ignored,
You ignored it.
your soul and
Yep.
all of that, and that's not a healthy kind of
No.
thing in my opinion, so I choose to, swipe left on those.
Sure. But I also get really creeped out by any woman that, or any man, whatever, this is Uncle Todd.
Oh,
This
the
is
uncle
Uncle
thing.
Mike.
God, that's weird.
This is Uncle Peter. That is so, no.
Right. I hope we're out of that.
hope
If,
we're out
if,
of
if
that,
you
too.
people don't know what we're talking about, I don't know if it's a southern thing, but used to when you started dating someone and you brought them around your kids and family and stuff, you referred to them as to your children. You're like, this is Uncle Bubba, you know?
Uncle Bubba.
And so then,
Yeah. And then all of a sudden Uncle Bubba's gone and Uncle Bruce
Right.
is around.
right?
Next week it's Uncle
Right.
Dan.
So I think that it's dangerous to have a revolving door of very, very serious relationships,
Sure.
in front of your kids, right? And so you shouldn't do that, I don't think.
No.
So when I tell my kids, because I only have a couple nights a month kid free,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I'm busy hanging out with girlfriends or something, I have to be able to kind of merge those two lives,
Yes.
and so the way that I do that is, hey kids, this guy's gonna come over and have dinner and we're gonna watch a movie and y'all are gonna be here and we don't all have to hang out together and
Mhm.
this is not a big serious thing. I'm just getting to know this guy. We've been dating for just a couple weeks or just a couple months or whatever. He's not moving in. You're not calling him stepdaddy.
Yeah.
And then I tell
Yeah.
them the same
Mhm.
thing. I'm like, just because you're going to be around my kids doesn't mean things are serious.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make things work so I can.
Well, I also think that helps building an ability to interact with people in general,
Mhm.
new people
Uh-huh.
in general, like this evening when Paul come in and you made him stop at the end of the stairs and say, hello, have you met her? What are you supposed to say? You teach kids how to interact with people that are not on a text message, they're not on a Facebook, they're not on some sort of device,
Mhm.
and have dinner, and
Yeah.
there's lessons to be learned there. But you're right, just because you're having dinner with me and my kids
Yeah.
doesn't mean you might be here next week either. So
Right, right.
Don't get used to
This
that.
last guy was like, thank you for trusting me to meet your children. I was like, no, that's not what we're doing here. This
No.
is-
Yeah. Mm-mm.
And I say that I'm treating all these things casually. it's casual till it's not. Okay?
Right.
I'm not going to take things super serious
Mm-mm.
for no reason, But, God, why do I have so much gunk in my paint? So, I'm just trying to normalize being around, and I don't have a lot of guys coming over, I've done this 3 times in the
Sure.
2 years that I've been, 4 times in the 2 years, maybe 3 times, whatever. And each time I've kind of broken up with the guy soon after they met my kids.
Right.
And, it's not directly the reason why is because I didn't love how they interacted with each other,
Mhm.
but I could it added to the list of, oh, and then this whole
Yeah.
thing doesn't really jive very well.
Sure.
You know, like he favors his son over my kids, or this guy doesn't have kids and he doesn't want them, you
Mhm.
know, or this guy's, you know, kids are gonna get out of the house soon and he's just looking to start over because he doesn't know how to just be a grown up.
Right.
All those things. God, this kind of looks silver in the light.
I love it. I was looking at that a while ago and I was thinking, how in the world did she make silver?
Right? Well, ooh, I'm gonna cheat maybe. I think I've got some silver metallic paint. You want some metallic paint? Are we allowed to do that?
Got some glitter? We need some glitter.
You know what? I don't have enough, but my daughter is obsessed with glitter glue pens. And that would be so fun to do the branches with and easy.
Yes. You
God,
know what?
this ends up
Silver
drying the
glue.
same color.
Silver glue, since it would dry almost three-dimensional, would make it look like ice.
Oh, I love it. That's a great idea. I wonder if we have enough of the silver one. And you know what? You could make that, right? If you have
Yes.
glitter and Elmer's glue, and you
Yes.
could just paint that on. Then the Elmer's glue with a little water.
Yes, and for anyone that's curious, Elmer's glue, even though it's white, dries completely clear.
Right.
In case you didn't know that.
I'm so glad Elmer started making that like slime magic liquid stuff.
Yes.
So you just mix glue and the magic liquid together
Mhm.
instead of sourcing all these things and then having slime fails. It's just like mix equal parts of this and glue. I'm grateful for that because it's not really about mixing all the different stuff together for my kids.
Mhm.
Okay, we're gonna give you a nose job, Birdie. Ready? Because you look like a toucan and that doesn't make sense. What do you think?
Oh yes, that's a much better
He
beast.
still looks like himself.
Yes.
He still looks like him. He
Still
just
looks
looks
like him.
refreshed.
Yes.
I hope that, surely that's all gonna dry in the right color. I mixed enough. I've learned that lesson before. God. Because it's hard to match that paint again. Especially when I do weird stuff like put just a little bit of blue or just a little bit of green and a different color. And then I can't remember what I did.
Yes. Or, like I did last time, I started out with one color and then just added another color to that color
Mm-hmm.
to get,
Like a color out of the tube.
yes, like I painted something, like one of the mountains, one color, and I was done with that color. So to go to the next mountain range a little bit darker, I added a darker color and then mixed that up. Well, then I needed that original color
Oh,
again.
right.
And yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah. My whole canvas is wet right now. I keep touching it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to see what my style ends up being because I bet I get to a point where I kind of have like a look
Yeah.
with all my stuff, and I don't have that right now. I don't know what it is. It may take a couple of years though, really. Like that girl, who's that girl that, you know, did like the Trapper Keepers and stuff?
Oh, Lisa.
Frank.
Lisa Frank.
Thank you.
That's it.
I'm trying to think of that the other day. That's the thing about getting old, like, like, I'm just grateful if days later I remember the word I was trying to find.
Yes.
What you doing?
I don't know, I'm thinking.
You want me to tell you how I did silver?
I don't know. I don't know what I want. I'm trying to figure out what I've done to this bird's tail. I think he has like a growth. Like, I don't know what that is.
So you enveloped like a knotty part,
Okay.
and
I don't know.
I think that, damn, I just noticed with yours and mine both, like, you can, that should be purple on mine.
Oh, the little point out here?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the branch.
Yep.
Hopefully between the two of us we can remember that.
Yep.
Oh, are you going in now?
Yep.
Are you dry?
I don't know. We'll see. Looks
So-
dry.
So are you happy with your last one?
I am.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Okay.
Awesome.
I fixed it. Get out of there. Okay.
So you got some decisions to make.
I do.
What you gonna do?
I don't know. I think that I'm gonna try
Okay.
and see just how artistic I can get. This is gonna backfire.
No, it's not. You're gonna do great.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Thank you. Oh, okay.
So, did you mind terribly? I'm sure you noticed that, like, I didn't actually start the video when you thought I did, because I loved those two funny jokes that we told before we started the camera, like, talk. And so I kept that in there. Did you see that?
I did.
I thought it was funny.
Yes.
'Cause I loved both of those stories. But I won't typically do that. If you think we're off camera and you say something that you wouldn't want to be on there, I don't want you to think that I would.
I'm good.
I'm not a reporter.
Right.
You didn't say. Off the record.
I mean, you know, if I start talking about where I'm hiding the bodies, I'm going to need you to delete that part.
Right.
You know, there's that.
Did you see that whole funny Facebook thread where all my friends were like, "You can't have white murder pants"? It was, did you see? And the guys were like, "You have friends with murder pants," and I was like, "It's
Yeah.
I'm in good favor with them too on purpose." So it was like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It was a picture of Barbie, and
Yes.
she had like.
Yes, the head in the freezer. Because I remember I said something about a true woman would have never done this in the kitchen, is what I said.
See, yes.
No, you don't know. No.
But several guys were like, this is a weird thing. And I was
Whatever.
like, what's funny is that it says, "What's wrong with this picture?" And no one said, "You shouldn't kill your husband." Everyone was like, "Don't wear white pants. Palm olive is not going to get DNA up."
You don't put his head in the freezer.
Right? Don't leave him upside down.
No self-respecting Southern woman is going to kill her husband in the kitchen.
Right.
No.
Do it out where you do the deer. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Are you a hunter?
Yeah.
Are you?
Mhm.
That's awesome. I've never been hunting, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like being cold. I don't like being
Yeah.
quiet, you know? Makes me think about this guy I dated about a year ago.
Mhm.
He was a hunter. God, he must have been quite a narcissist, because I still think about him.
Oh.
Goodness. His mother called me.
Oh my.
Well, they're from Georgia, so she talks with the Georgia accent. And she
Okay.
said, I just think it's ridiculous. If y'all are supposed to be together, y'all should just be together. I am exhausted by the mental abuse that he has given me, and I am ready to hand him over to you. And I was
Oh,
like,
hell no.
I'm sorry that this is the life that you're living, and this is not how you should be living your golden years.
Right?
But I don't want that life either.
You ain't handed me
Shit.
or shit.
Shit. And that was a big growth moment for me because, you know, old Annagil would have like just been lockstep with that whole thing. I mean, I loved his mother.
Yeah?
I mean, like, for some reason, 30 minutes after meeting him, he takes me to his mom's, like, hair salon to meet her. And he's still trying to introduce us, and we're like, stop talking. And we're just talking to each other because we're like, shh, be quiet, because we're already having a conversation. He was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? But it was just one of those really great relationships.
Yeah.
You know? Me and her, not me and him. Unfortunately.
So did you keep her?
I told her the first time I met her, I said, if it doesn't work out with me and him, I can't be your friend because it's going to be too painful. She said, I agree.
Yeah.
And it would be too tempting too
Yeah.
because to have that awesome relationship with a older woman that I got along with so well, you know,
Yeah.
I would keep trying to make it work. And she wanted grandbabies so bad, so she was ready to just welcome my kids into their lives.
Yeah.
Oh, they lived in the cutest town. It's in the mountains of Georgia, so it's a really small town, and they have this cute downtown area, like a square with all these really cute shops in it.
It's not J, is it?
Yes, it's Ella J.
I love J, Georgia.
Yes. See? I was like, oh, I'll just pick up and move, start a new life. You know, but he had to be an asshole.
Well, it's the penis, I'm telling you.
Right?
It just screws everything up.
Right?
So,
I was watching, I like that dry bar comedy so much.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's comedy without the cringe and the cuss words and
Right.
stuff. Most of them are Christians, you
Yeah.
know, but some of them are pretty, you know, fray still in what they say. But this guy was, he was like, I was driving down the road with my wife the other day, and she just out of nowhere said, what you thinking about? And I said nothing, and she didn't believe me. Fellas, what are we always thinking about? They all said, nothing. He was like, I ain't lying. He said, did you know testosterone, like kills brain cells? You know, it's testosterone poisoning. We're not as smart as y'all. It was really funny.
So, the day after Thanksgiving, the Friday after Thanksgiving,
Black Friday.
in J, Georgia, they turned the square into Whoville. Did you know this? No. I will show you pictures on my phone because a couple years ago, a bunch of us rented a house in downtown, right off the square, and spent that weekend in Whoville. They have a big Whoville parade. They've got vendors.
See, now I want to take my kids there,
It
but
is so awesome.
I'm going to call him if I do. I can't see that guy ever again.
Resist. Did he live here at the time? How'd you find him?
We matched on a dating app. I mean, but yeah, I mean, he was actually like in Virginia.
Wow.
He spent part of his time working in Virginia,
Okay.
and then he would drive back to LJ, and he was starting his own business there. You know,
Wow. Mm-hmm.
I was like, he's it. He's 6'3". He's a Christian. He's a business owner.
Wow.
You know,
Got a great mom.
got a great mom. Yeah. But, you know, at some point I kind of made peace with the fact that there's a lot of guys that are like almost.
Sure.
Right. You know, because like I used to get real torn up about that. Like, there's just this one thing, and then I realized, oh, there's lots of guys where there's going to be just this one thing.
Yes. And in the game of life, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Right. Yeah.
I need to stitch that shit on a pillow.
So, the next time I need to pick up a hobby, I'm going to do subversive cross stitch.
Okay.
Do you know what that is? It's cross stitch, but like, you know, cuss words and, you know, attitude and sass. And you can look up different patterns and stuff that people are
So
making.
I have a friend who, there is a drag queen on YouTube
Okay.
that her dishes in her kitchen all have cuss words on them. And he loves this. So my goal is when I go to thrift stores or whatever, I find really pretty, dainty porcelain teacups and saucers or dinner plates or whatever. And then I take them home and I use my vinyl plotter, cut out vinyl. So he has this beautiful, what is that, rose
You're
garden?
talking
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, this rose, it's the dinner plates with the big cabbage roses all over them. Anyway, and it has whore written across it. Or bitch or slut or whatever.
I love it.
Yes. It's hysterical.
I love repurposing things like that. Maybe one day I can give you this dainty teacup that Genevieve loves.
Yes.
And I hide it behind things. Look, it's behind that Fiesta ware vase right now.
Okay.
Because it doesn't vibe with my style.
Yeah.
And she gets upset and pulls it out. And then when she's not looking, I tuck it back in there. I love her. But I don't love traditional stuff.
Right.
I can appreciate it,
Sure.
but it's just not for me,
I don't like a whole bunch of stuff that matches.
right?
I like the eclectic.
Hey, why does every single person just assume that both of their bedside tables have to match? When the two people that use the two bedside tables
don't match. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
and the tables, I mean, that's just like it's almost like a throwback to the very formal way that you dress a mantle or something. You know?
Yeah, my dream dining room table
Mhm.
would be a beautiful big table and then all these crazy chairs.
Oh man, I love the way that looks. In this house,
Mhm.
dream table, I should have a horseshoe shaped bench and a
Yes.
rectangular table.
Yes.
And while I have children that are messy, I'm gonna do just like plywood. But as
Sure.
soon as they're not allowed in my house anymore,
Yeah.
like
Oh.
the slab of tree that people use,
Yes.
I love that.
You know what would be really cute?
What?
A door as your rectangle table.
Oh yeah.
One of those big old, like the southern repurposed houses and they take off all the old doors and have a big door and then just put a piece of glass over the top of it
Yes.
as your table.
That's
That
a
would
good
be
idea.
cute.
So I didn't pick off the paint on my palette good enough. And so now I'm picking up like little bits of paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not my best moment. Oh look, I'm almost done. Well, I gotta do around the letters. What are you doing?
Well, I was gonna do pieces of cloud, but look at that one. That one turned out really, really good, and then I jacked these two up.
It's okay.
It's okay. This is the storm clouds.
So
Some
what if
gray.
you combine those two? I
These two?
think that they're gonna look right.
There you go. I can do that.
What do you think?
Yes. Let's try it. Is there another aquarium in your kitchen?
So it's a pet water fountain.
There you go.
The very day that I was like telling someone like, I don't know why I've kept this. I have never in the years I've had it ever seen her drink from it. And that damn cat went over there and started.
That's a cat.
She's like, I'll show you. You don't even know that I know what you're saying. How's that possible? Like, I'm not exaggerating. I had
Right.
never seen her drink from that before.
Yeah.
So your husband liked the video?
He did.
That's awesome.
Yep, he did.
That's encouraging. I'm glad. Gotta get a little closer. So I don't really want to make my branches any bigger. I like them being delicate.
Delicate flowers. So last time I was here, you had a visitor in the Airbnb. He's the one that comes back every so often. Is like a regular.
Oh, with the daughter?
Yes.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him since then. Because he did make an offer on a house in Huntsville.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's finishing up doing things to his house in Knoxville.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Good for him.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
Instructions.
I mean, it's hard to find a place right now in Huntsville.
Mhm.
So I'm doing something fun. I woke up one morning and I thought, you know what?
Self.
I want to buy a rental house. I want to get back into the landlord business.
Hmm.
When I refinanced my house, okay, first of all, like, the world teaches you that you cannot thrive as a single mom.
Yes, they do.
And I thought I couldn't even refinance my house.
Sure.
And then for some reason, I decided to try. And they only had to use half of my income to refinance my house.
Isn't that awesome?
And so then once that was done, and it lowered my payments, and it's now mine, and no one can take that from me.
Yes.
And then I was like, wait a second. If they only used half of my income, then that means I can use the other half of my income to get a rental house.
Mhm.
And I have like 30% equity in my house. You know what? I can get a home equity line of credit.
Yes, you can.
And so I started thinking about all this stuff. And so I woke up one day and I was like, I'm going to buy a house.
So did you buy a house?
Not yet. But I had to kind of like figure out the market,
Yes.
the location that I wanted, you know. And I'm trusting the timing of the universe, you know.
Yes.
And I'm getting closer to it, you know.
Cool. So where do you want your location?
Madison.
Mm.
I want to do a small, like 1,200 square foot house, hopefully with a garage.
Sure.
One second. Fully furnished and rent it out for a 1 month minimum to people moving to Huntsville
Yes.
for work,
I like it.
and they don't want to move twice,
Mm-hmm.
so they want to find a place to live until they figure out where they want to live and everything, and sell their house and stuff like that.
I like it.
I think that because that's why I make so much money. It's that convenience of coming into my basement and it's furnished.
Mm-hmm.
It's money.
Mama,
What?
can we make slime? We promise we'll do it outside.
Well, I mean, you can't really see outside right now, honey. It's so dark.
We'll use flashlights.
Why don't you just not make a mess and,
Inside?
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, the glue is already in that Tupperware container, so you just have to pour the magic inside that.
No, we don't want to use up all the glue. We're gonna make separate slimes. So we're gonna like divide it in like containers.
How many containers?
Just 2.
So use those bigger souffle cups and just make 2 small batches.
This Okay, can we do this in my room? On my vanity? Or on my floor?
Well, I mean, your room just doesn't have a lot of open space for you to be doing something like
I
that.
can take everything off my vanity. So you have like.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna paint it anyways. That's why I don't care if I do lots of carpet snow on my vanity, because we're gonna paint it too.
Yeah.
So I don't care. Okay, come on, let's go. Let's get
I
things
had a
ready.
friend that was like moving to a. She was moved into a house and she was rearranging her furniture and she was just dragging her furniture on the floors and scratching them. And I was like, why are you doing that? And she's like, because I'm going to replace the floor. And I was like, you got that new homeowner high. You think you're going to change your floors. And I've been dying to know, like, if she still has the same floors years later, you know? She's so messy, she doesn't invite people over. You know, like sometimes, like, because I invite people over. I like to have people over. And some people that host, they get upset and they're like, well, I invited these people last time and I cooked for these people last time and they didn't invite me. I'm like, wait, no. Some people can handle hosting and some
Yes.
people can't. And that's just like, you know, giving a gift and expecting something in return.
Yeah.
You know, like just do it for the experience.
Yes.
Because I love having people over. I think it's super fun. Do you?
I do. It's hard now because my house is literally a mess all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
it's
bet.
just, you know, it's hard because I never know if Daryl's gonna have a good day,
Right.
you know, whatever. But I have a friend,
Oh.
that she bought a brand new house. There was 3 of us, and she bought a brand new house, and we had a get together. It was right around Christmas time, so we had like a Thanksgiving, Christmas time. So we had a Friendsgiving kind of thing, so Thanksgiving, and one of the girls in a group didn't like get up and go on the tour of the house when the homeowner was giving the tour of the house. They have not spoken since. And she's like, well, hell, is this the only time I'm ever going to get to come to your house? Was that like my one and done? Like, what is, but she got pissed off because the other girl didn't stand up, and like she wasn't happy for her. She was jealous. She wasn't excited for her.
But also,
Really?
no, some people feel really uncomfortable like seeing all the parts of your house because they
Right.
feel like it's private.
Well, this
And
girl
some
had
people
just
don't care.
Yes,
And they're
this
tired.
girl had just come in. She sat down, and we were all sitting around talking, and the new homeowner jumped up, and then another person come in the door, and she's like, oh, well, come on, I'll show you the house. Well, I mean, it was, but like was that my only chance? Am I never gonna get to, it was crazy.
But see, and
Oh,
then
crazy.
too, like, why can't you just like bring that up? You know, instead of stewing.
Yeah, they haven't spoken, and
Assuming
we're
and
talking
stuff.
years.
Well, it sounds like you had a falling out with her too.
Yeah, because I don't handle crap like that well.
Right. Yeah. Drama stuff is
I
weird.
don't do drama at all. At all.
I mean, I believe you, but a lot of times when people say like that they hate drama, they're the pot stirrers.
They're the pot stirrer. Yeah.
I can tell you're not.
Yeah, we were having a conversation at work today about, Annie said something about when she was little, she was always taught, you know, if you always tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I told her. I said, you know what, I was told that all my life growing up, and my thing is, I'm too stupid to remember it, so I'm just gonna tell you the truth, because
Right.
I can't
I can't
remember.
keep those
I
stories
can't keep
straight,
it up.
right?
I can't. Nope. And I don't want to. It's ridiculous. Just don't lie. I mean, I
Right.
don't get it, you know. If I mess up, I mess up. I'm just going to tell you I messed up, and we'll work it out. Whatever. Just can't deal with that crap.
Well, and the sad thing is that people are as honest with you as they can be with themselves.
Yes.
And so, I was talking to a therapist one time, like, God, I bet you get really tired of people not being honest with you. And they were like, God, yeah, but they don't even realize. Because I was like, how do they sleep at night? Like, why do they even come to you if they're not going to be honest?
They don't even recognize it.
Yeah, they don't recognize it because they're in their head. That's all that they can like be okay with, and so they are like, "Yep, I'm telling her the truth."
Yep. They've justified it to themselves that it's already their reality.
Mm-hmm. How'd you make gold?
I know, right? Yellow, ochre, and white.
Nice.
A wing and a prayer.
That would be a good quote to do.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to do something about the quiet of winter, because that's kind of like when people kind of allow themselves to kind of slow down a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and curl up and watch some, cheesy
Hallmark movie.
Hallmark movie. Yeah. So you're gonna leave the back.
I think so.
I think that's awesome. I like it because it almost looks like linen or something
Mm-hmm.
because of the color of it. Do you mind holding the painting so that the people can see the
Absolutely.
gold-looking color that you've
Created.
yeah, and then maybe do your palette too.
There you go. My palette. I have watered down blue for my gold. It's just this. That is the
Yellow,
Yeah.
yellow ochre.
and a little bit of white.
I wonder if it's because the lights
Probably.
make it look awesome.
Don't go in your activator without me.
What are you saying?
She's saying we just look.
Have you ever seen the movie Where'd You Go, Bernadette? Do you have Amazon?
Yes.
It's free on Amazon.
Okay.
It's now my favorite movie ever.
Okay.
My favorite movie used to be Amelie,
Mm-hmm.
to give you an idea of. You should watch it sometime.
What's it about? A woman named Bernadette.
Yeah. Married, mom of one daughter.
Yeah.
Used to be an architect.
Mm-hmm.
And then she stopped and just was raising a kid and thoroughly enjoying that and stuff, but she was kind of, angry about, her architecture career that
Sure.
she stopped, doing. And about her, where'd you go, Bernadette? Where
Yeah.
are you? The cinematography is really great. It's just visually pleasing to look at. But it's just a very good movie in general. I'll have to watch that. Please do. Do you have a favorite movie?
I do.
You sound embarrassed by it.
Well, one of my favorite movies is The Jungle Book, the original
Yes.
Jungle Book. I love it.
That's good.
I love it.
Yes.
And then my go-to, I need a good cry, cleansing, is a movie called Hope Floats.
Oh yes.
Love that movie.
It's Sandra.
Sandra Bullock and
Sandra Bullock.
Harry Connick Jr.
Thanks for giving me a good.
Visual.
Wasn't she an alcoholic?
A little bit in the movie, yeah.
Oh, that's not like
Her-
a big part of the movie.
No, it isn't. No, this is the one
I'm gonna
where
watch it tonight.
her husband takes her on this reality show because she thinks she's getting a makeover, and he really confesses that he's been sleeping with her best friend.
Oh my gosh.
So she moves back down to Georgia with her mama. And then
Wait, is there a horse farm involved?
no, there's a farm, but it's
Okay.
not. It's a big old southern house.
I think I have seen this, but
Yes, it's.
I
I
can watch
love
it
it.
again.
I love it.
I might be thinking about something to talk about.
Yeah.
Not be combining some of those movies together. We've been painting for an hour and 40 minutes.
Really.
Right? And bless your heart, you waited 30 minutes on me when you got here.
So what is the? This is stillness. That's it. Because I keep thinking I'm spelling these words wrong,
Right?
but I really think it helps your brain when you paint them upside down, because you're not automatically assuming your handwriting. You're just.
I think
painting
you
within
should
the-
possibly put tiny, wispy, I want to say highlight, but I'm going to say the word black on the
Yeah.
gold.
Okay.
It'll like, and maybe the red too, right? Because it's going to kind of like solidify the
Yeah.
letters and give it some like kind of,
Definition.
yeah, but I'm looking for like heft or the word, you know, like, so it's going to make it more substantial because it's
Okay.
such a delicate
Yeah.
font. What do you think? I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. Maybe you don't want it. Maybe you want it to be kind of gentle like it is. You know, but just a little bit, not a lot. If you did do it.
Right. But the thing with that black is that it's so.
Black.
It's It is powerful, not overpowering.
It is overpowered. It's powerful.
powerful.
And then that white is kind of transparent. It's not a
Yes.
very opaque white.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like not a formidable opponent to the black. You
Right.
know? Because a lot of times when you paint, if you have a really good white, then you can use white to cover up something you messed up,
Mhm.
and then let that dry, and then go back and
Go
fix it.
back.
And you can't really do that with this white. Which is maybe good for like a starter set because it makes you respect the black.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're mixing a color and you want to darken it with some, I'm telling you, tiny, tiny bit.
Even what I did today, can you see like that little bit that I took out of there?
Yes.
For all of
All
that.
of that. Mhm.
I hope this doesn't look as.
I love it. Edgar Allan Poe-ish.
Ooh, yes. But I hope that the cut-in work I'm doing around this doesn't look as. I hope it dries a little smoother than the way it looks right now.
Yeah. I like it.
You've just made me fall in love with it, seeing it looks like that. A little Edgar.
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly do you do at the bank?
I open new accounts, and I do a little bit of financial advising. I do a little bit of IRAs and CDs. I do a little bit of loans. I've been short an employee, so the past 3 months I've done a whole lot of being a teller. I fix debit card and fraud issues. I just kind of do a whole lot.
You catch.
I do.
You put out fires.
I do. Yes.
Yeah.
I fix the copiers when they're broken. All kinds of stuff.
So I think the way that this is going to end up working out, right, is that I'll do like a 2-hour video painting with a friend, and then when I don't,
My mom called.
okay, you want to call her back?
She said, can you call her back? She wants to know, like, when I need to leave.
Okay, can I have my phone?
Yeah, Mom. Here's.
Hey. No, it's helping me because I'm like filming a different video right now. Hello? I think her phone just died.
Sometimes. But we're hoping, like, we're about to film a YouTube video. I don't want to, like, oh my gosh, but I didn't want to get, like, that noisy. So I wanted to edit it. So I gotta do it again.
I can't believe I recovered that video.
What did my mom think?
She's fine.
What time do I need to be leaving?
I'm gonna give her a heads up before you go home. But you can stay however long you want, sweetheart, okay?
So let's just pretend like we're still in the video. We can edit it.
Okay, so I'm gonna do like a 2-hour video
Yes.
painting with a friend, and then I'm not gonna finish in time. And then maybe I'll just do like a sped up video of the whole second coat. Right?
Right.
I
Sure.
think that that's probably how it's gonna end up
Okay.
working out,
Yeah.
because I
Have
I'm
you
tired.
recorded?
it's been 2 hours.
Have you recorded one yet where you've successfully completed the painting in 2 hours?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
But then that friend wanted
Yep.
creative control,
So you didn't.
so I deleted that video.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
Beep, 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 beep. So I know you can't really tell in this video, but I'm just like, I'm done with my first coat, which is more than halfway done because the first coat is much harder than the
Yes.
second coat. But I'm just gonna let it all dry. And then I'm gonna go over the branches and the letters again for their second coat, and then do the birds, and then do the background, and then I'm probably gonna do a third coat for letters, birds, and branches, just to get it really super clean. And I think I'm gonna cheat and pull out some silver metallic paint that I have on hand and put that on top of this gray background. I think, this metallic paint that I have, same brand that did these,
Yeah.
and it covers better than you would think that it does. You know? She's going red on the bird.
I don't know.
It's exciting.
I think the silver on the branches to be like icicles. I don't know. I just.
Vivi, did you take my phone? Yes, I think you're right. Hey, can you tell me how much time I have left in the video? Ooh, look, I don't like this. He looks like his back got taken out. Does your back look taken out? No, you'll be fine. Just do.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I just made him too thin.
Yeah.
Follow that and not that.
Okay.
So, will you scoot over here to
Yes.
finish your painting? And I'm going to sit there
Yes.
because I'm kind of at a stopping point.
Yes.
So I'm going to get a drink and watch you. Hey, Genevieve.
Is it connected to your phone?
Huh?
Is it connected to your phone?
Can I want to see how much time I have
It's
left.
13 minutes and 40 seconds.
Awesome. Thank you, sweetheart.
Can I say hi? Can I say hi to
Yeah.
Hi, camera.
Hi, people.
Hi, people.
Hi, people.
I guess it's completely normal that the children are obsessed
Right.
with the camera, right? I was at a art museum one time, and my favorite, it was in Montgomery, Alabama, and my favorite exhibit or whatever, not exhibit, but piece of art, it was like a painter's palette, and it was like this thick, and they had taken like a putty knife and scraped it, and so it all kind of like wrinkled up
Oh.
and moved over, and it was just gorgeous. And that was in a museum.
So
I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I think that you've really nailed not painting the background, disguising the blurriness of the faint outline. What were you saying? Sorry.
There is, and I may have told you about this last time, the museum in Memphis called the Pink Palace. Did I tell you about that museum last time? It was made by the the man who founded Piggly Wiggly.
Hey, do the berry blue.
Okay. I started to go whoop, and I thought, Redbird's beak's not bad.
Oh,
Slow your roll, girl.
but is a green bird's beak green?
It is here.
But you're
So
okay
maybe
with
the
it.
red bird will be red.
You're talking
now.
to somebody that did a purple branch.
That's true.
Um,
Let's just stick with that red.
so the guy that started, did you say Piggly Wiggly?
Yeah.
Has a pink palace
In
art
the-
museum in Memphis.
Before the Great Depression, he started building this humongous house, and the bricks are pink and pinkish tinted, sort of. So
Yeah, that terracotta
during
coral thing that
Yep.
was so popular then.
So during when the Great Depression hit, he lost it, and the city of Memphis took it over, and now it is a museum. And there's a planetarium inside. There's an IMAX theater inside, and that is my favorite museum
well, so
ever. I love it.
one of my favorite places to eat is called the Salon,
Yeah.
and that's in Memphis.
There you go.
And one of my favorite places to shop is called Maggie's Pharma,
Yeah.
and that's in Memphis. So I think that you just inadvertently invited me to a girls' weekend in
Road trip.
Memphis.
Yep.
And I didn't realize there was a fucking IKEA there. I've gone to Memphis so many times in my life, and I didn't know there was some IKEA there.
I thought the closest one was in Atlanta.
I did too. So they're basically the same distance.
Right.
And to drive to Memphis just for IKEA is terrible because
Whatever.
it's not Atlanta. And we could also go to Atlanta sometime because they've got great museums and stuff too.
Yes.
Oh, let's do that. I wonder if we could do it before the end of the year. Probably not.
Probably not.
Things
That's a
get
really
busy.
skinny bird. That's a really skinny bird.
So
Let
fatten him
me-
up where kind of connect the dots where your branches end.
Right.
Wait.
Okay.
Let me scooch this so you
And
can
look at this.
use that as a reference, right? Because he's a little fatter, right?
He's a little, okay. Okay. So we're gonna give him girth.
Can't go wrong with that.
You're right. Ah, that is funny. It's funny that you tickled yourself with it.
I'm not sure how. I have to actually watch the video that I did a couple of days ago with my friend.
Yeah.
But somehow we made jokes about faking it.
Okay.
And I was, but it was like the canvas. I don't know. I have to watch it again. It was, we tickled ourselves. I don't know if it was actually funny, but
Yeah.
we thought it was funny. And that's all that matters.
That's a
right?
little fatter. It's a little fatter. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
Oh, you did good with the beak, because you could see the top and the bottom beak. I like
Very good.
that.
Yeah. So now
Like blueberry? What do you think?
I think that I'm gonna take that dab right there.
Wow, you hold your paintbrush so much further out than I do.
What do you mean? You hold yours way down to the tip?
Yeah, I'm like this.
Oh.
And you're not even touching it. You're doing so good. You're just being so delicate. Doing so good. Your branches look good too. They've got that like gnarly feeling to them.
Did you notice I added way more branches? I have a thing for trees.
Oh. You added, oh
I
you
added
did.
more branches. I added more branches.
Mhm. And this one looks especially good.
Yeah, well, what happened was I accidentally touched the canvas where I didn't mean to touch it, so it was going like this way.
Oh.
So I thought, well, we'll just,
Well, I think you did a great job.
thank you.
Don't you?
I do. I'm proud of this one. I like my other one, but this one, I'm liking this one. So let's see. There, get it in the camera. So what about? Well, no, I don't know.
There's none of it there.
Where's glue?
A lot of these are nearly empty, but
Yeah.
I think that's the color you want, right?
That is the color I want.
Hey, try it out on the paper or something first
Right?
to get the hang of it. Oh, I'm excited. So, are you gonna do like the tops of the branch?
Yes.
So, these are the metallic paints.
Oh.
Isn't that cute?
That is cute.
And there's like bronze and old gold and purple. I wanted to be able to use these,
Yep.
but I couldn't because they had to be, I had to have all the primary colors,
Right.
all the secondary colors, and a black and a white. And I couldn't get these to fit my needs for all of these. Look, they're all metallic.
What if you did? Oh, that's really pretty.
Look, they're just
Squeeze
beautiful.
out that purple.
I know,
love
I'm gonna make you
purple.
wait.
I love purple.
But they're just like super shiny. They're so pretty. And I think that like if people enjoy doing these paintings and then they want to kind of add to their collection to
Sure.
give themselves more options,
Mhm.
then this is a really great way to add to it. I mean, right?
Really?
Oh gosh. Whoopsies.
Oops.
there was that.
I love
They're so
that
pretty, aren't they?
silver and the purple
Right?
and the red.
Yeah. And the bronze, they're all just so pretty. And they, like I said, they color better than you would imagine, than you would expect.
It's a little. I don't want to pick it up because
I
the
know.
purple is. There was too much water on the brush. But
Can I
it's
get you a
okay.
Q-tip?
Yes.
Or the paper towel?
Or the paper towel.
Okay. Don't smear it.
Right.
I almost want to just make you like, is it dry already?
No, but it's soaked up the water.
It did?
Yeah.
Awesome.
There we go.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay. That was beautiful.
So,
I like this.
do you think that it needs more blue down on this side? No?
I mean,
I just really, if I'd have stopped with this one, I like this one. This
Oh.
one, I like this one. But it's okay. I like it. I
Oh.
like that I did the birds different colors. I like it.
I do too. I like all of that. I like the different colors that you
Yes.
used. And I like the glitter pen.
I do too.
Um,
You can never have too much glitter.
right. It's gonna look so good when it dries. So, you know, this Magic Happens canvas,
Yes.
when I sent it out to people to try,
Mm-hmm.
this one girl covered up all the words
Yeah.
and she painted the sky
Mhm.
like sweetheart pink. And she didn't do a sunset. And she did those clouds where it's like a straight line and then it's like boop, 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 and then big,
Yes.
you know? And that was, so like if you, I don't want to like
Nope, tell me.
add, but like, you said, like, I'm a big fan of this white right here.
Yes.
Do you think that if you made some billow,
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yes.
but you're gonna have to put billow over
Over
here, I
here.
think.
Yeah.
Or that would kind of give you a way to add even down here on the
Yeah.
bottom or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or just, I mean, you don't want to like compete too much with this
Mhm.
purple right here, but like a little.
You know what? I think even down here, if I just painted the edge, if I painted the edge,
Blue?
the blue.
Yes.
Yep.
I think you're right. And I think that may make you like this better.
Yep.
You gonna do that right now?
Nope.
Oh. Nope. Yeah, because that might get all weird, right?
Yeah. If there's too much glitter on there, I'll smear everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm liking it.
So you were stuck with my painting for most of it, which is silver.
And you know, it does remind me of it's Poe-ish.
It
I
is
love
Edgar
Edgar Allan Poe.
I know. He's a little depressing, but sure.
He is depressing, but I like him. He's out there.
Mm-hmm. I liked that he was so true to who he is.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when people really kind of get into their
Mhm.
own step is when, even if it's weird,
Yes.
they get there. So mine is like grayish silver. I'm gonna go over my gray with a silver, I think. Like I said, my branches are purple, my letters are purple. Thank you so much. The birds are black. And so then on hers, she did a completely different thing, and I love the color, and I love that it's kind of more joyful than mine. And so she didn't paint the whole back. You want to tell everybody what you did?
So I had in my brain that I wanted like just the clouds. So I started over here, but I think I wanted the key aspects, which is rest. We all need rest, and we all need rest to heal our soul. So I think that's where I wanted those two words to be the same. And I tried white. I was going to go with white for the rest of the letters, but then I thought, let's do yellow, but then I didn't want yellow, so I accidentally made gold. And I was going to go, what was I going to do? Blackbirds? I was going to do blackbirds, and then I thought, let's just try a bluebird. Well, then I added...
Because you were going to do gray branches and black
Yes.
birds.
Yep. So then I got this color, and then I added black and got this color, and then I added white and a little bit of red and got this color. Well, I just kept adding.
Red? Green.
I added red. I don't know.
That's awesome.
I know. But I knew I wanted this bird red. Just 'cause.
I like it.
Yeah. It's kind of got the tail of a peacock, but a parrot. But that's okay.
No, I mean, I think that, like, his plumage is just not tucked in and then going out.
Yeah.
It's flat.
It's flat.
And he's kind of turned
frozen
away
in
from
the
me like
ice.
this.
There you
That's what it
go.
is. I love it. I think
like it.
the whole thing looks good.
I like it.
I like that you finished in the allotted time.
Right?
You did good.
Yes. I'll have to send a picture of the other one that I finished. I did finish it.
Are you going to paint the edges?
Yes.
You promise?
Yes.
So neat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, purple is just my jam.
Yes. I just love purple.
Okay.
Purple.
Well, I think after Christmas, we can do this in a hotel room in Memphis
Yes.
or an Airbnb.
Yes.
It's a date.
It's a date.
Awesome. Well, thanks for doing this with me.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna watch. What's it called?
Hope floats.
Netflix. Phoebe, what are you doing? Bye.
Bye.
I don't know how to act with not being accidentally.